defended the Fed, saying that we're in a period of inflation and that money printing really is essential. And you've countered that argument by saying that the CPI really isn't telling the whole story. So how do you see it? Where is inflation really at right now?
Well, it's at an unprecedented level. I mean, inflation is the expansion of the money supply. That is the definition of inflation. You expand money supply, you inflate money supply. And we've never seen inflation like this. Money supply is growing at the fastest rate in U.S. history. I think year over year, it's up about 25%. Look at the Fed's balance sheet. It's just skyrocketing. And of course, most of that increase in the money supply happened in the last 6 weeks, not in the last 52. And the amount of inflation that the Fed is going to be creating in the weeks and months ahead is actually going to be greater than the amounts that it's already created. This is never a good thing. You know, inflation is a tax, and it's the most vicious tax because it hits the most vulnerable. It hits the lower class, the working poor, people who have savings. It destroys the value of a lifetime of savings. It destroys the value of the wages and salaries that people earn. You know, we're paying for government through inflation. Literally right now, half of every dollar the government is spending has been borrowed, right? We're borrowing right now as much money as we're collecting in taxes. And soon we'll be borrowing more than we're paying in taxes. But since the Fed is monetizing most of that debt, the American public is going to pay for all that government through inflation rather than through taxation. And believe me, when you pay for government through inflation, it ends up costing a lot more than if you honestly paid for it with legitimate taxes.